Have you ever woken up in the morning and thought, I used to be able to do so much more? Maybe it's that little extra weight around your middle that just won't budge. Or maybe it's the way your energy dips by midday, making even a short walk feel like a chore. If you're over 60, I know these feelings all too well because I've been there too. And I also know how frustrating it can be when every miracle solution out there seems tailored for someone half our age. But what if I told you there's something simple, something you can do every single morning that might help turn things around? Something that doesn't require expensive supplements, complicated routines, or hours at the gym. What if I told you that just one glass of a specific drink, first thing in the morning for 10 days, could start helping you burn fat and flatten that belly? Now, before you roll your eyes and think, oh no, not another fad, let me stop you right there. This isn't about drastic diets or punishing workouts. It's about giving your body what it needs to function at its best, again, and doing it gently, safely, and sustainably. Because as we get older, our metabolism slows down, our digestion changes, and our bodies don't respond the same way they used to. But that doesn't mean we have to accept feeling sluggish or carrying around extra weight as an unavoidable part of aging. This is about reclaiming your health and vitality on your terms. And it starts with a small but powerful habit: drinking a special glass of liquid first thing in the morning. It's not a magic potion, but it's based on science and real results from people just like you. People who felt stuck, frustrated, and unsure where to begin. But once they started this daily ritual, they began to notice real changes, not just in their waistlines, but in how they felt overall. So let's take a closer look at why this works and how you can make it part of your routine. First, let's talk about hydration. You may be thinking, of course, I know to drink water, but here's the thing. Many of us aren't hydrating properly, especially first thing in the morning. When you wake up, your body has been without fluids for several hours. Rehydrating right away helps kickstart your metabolism, supports digestion, and gives your system the signal that it's time to get moving. Now, imagine taking that morning glass of water and adding just a few natural ingredients to it, things you probably already have in your kitchen. These ingredients work together to support your body's ability to burn fat, reduce bloating, and even improve digestion. One of them is lemon. Now, lemon water is nothing new, but there's a reason it stood the test of time. Lemon contains vitamin C and antioxidants that help flush out toxins and support liver function, which plays a key role in fat metabolism. Plus, it adds a refreshing flavor that makes it easier to stick with day after day. Another ingredient you'll want to consider is apple cider vinegar. Yes, I know it sounds a bit strange, but hear me out. Apple cider vinegar has been shown in studies to help regulate blood sugar levels, which is incredibly important as we age. Stable blood sugar means fewer cravings, more consistent energy, and less fat storage, especially around the midsection. It also supports digestion and can help reduce bloating, which makes your stomach appear flatter almost instantly. And finally, a tiny pinch of cinnamon. Not only does it add a lovely warmth to the drink, but it also helps control insulin levels and improves metabolic rate. Cinnamon is a powerhouse spice, especially when it comes to managing weight and supporting heart health. And the best part, you don't need much, just a dash will do. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, does this really work? Well, let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, Margaret, turned 67 last year and had been struggling with her weight for years. She tried different diets, joined a walking group, even cut back on desserts, but nothing seemed to make a lasting difference. Then she tried this simple morning drink. Just one glass, first thing in the morning, followed by her regular breakfast about 30 minutes later. After 10 days, she said she felt lighter, less bloated, and noticed that her clothes were fitting better. By the end of the month, she'd lost nearly 5 pounds and was full of energy. And she didn't change anything else in her routine, just added that 1 glass every morning. So, how exactly does this work? Let's break it down a little more. When you drink this mixture on an empty stomach, your body absorbs the nutrients more efficiently. The lemon helps stimulate the digestive system and flush out waste. The apple cider vinegar balances your gut bacteria and stabilizes blood sugar, which reduces those afternoon crashes and late-night cravings. And the cinnamon boosts your metabolism just enough to keep your body burning calories more effectively throughout the day. And here's the best part. This isn't just about losing weight. It's about feeling better in your own skin. It's about waking up with more energy, being able to enjoy activities without feeling weighed down, and looking in the mirror and seeing a healthier version of yourself. That's what this journey is really about, not just a number on the scale, but a renewed sense of confidence and well-being. Now, I want to be clear, this drink is not a replacement for healthy eating or staying active, but it's a great addition to your routine, one that supports your body in ways that are especially important as we age. Think of it as a gentle nudge in the right direction, a head start to your day that sets you up for success. Let me walk you through exactly how to prepare it. Start with a tall glass of warm, not boiling water. Add the juice of half a fresh lemon, then stir in 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. Look for the kind with the mother, which contains beneficial enzymes and probiotics. Finally, sprinkle in a tiny pinch of ground cinnamon, mix it all together, and that's it. Drink it slowly, first thing in the morning, before eating or drinking anything else. If the taste takes a little getting used to, that's okay. You can adjust the amount of lemon or vinegar to suit your preferences. Some people even add a drop of honey for sweetness, though I recommend avoiding that if you're watching your sugar intake. The goal is to keep it light and clean, giving your body a chance to reset and recharge. Now, consistency is key. Don't expect overnight miracles. This is about creating a sustainable habit that supports your long-term health. 10 days is a great starting point because it gives your body time to adjust and begin showing results. After that, you can decide whether to continue or modify the routine based on how you feel. And speaking of how you feel, let's not forget the mental benefits. Starting your day with intention, with a small act of self-care, can have a ripple effect on your entire mindset. It's empowering to know that you're doing something positive for yourself every single morning. It builds momentum and reinforces the idea that you're in control of your health and happiness. As we grow older, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that our best days are behind us. But I'm here to tell you that's simply not true. With the right habits and a little patience, we can feel strong, energized, and confident at any age. And this morning drink is just one piece of the puzzle, a simple, effective tool that can help you take back your health and feel your absolute best. So, now that we've covered the basics of the drink itself, let's dive a little deeper into the science behind each ingredient and how they work together to support your goals. We'll also talk about some common questions people have, like whether it's safe for those with certain health conditions, or how it fits into a balanced diet. And then we'll move on to other lifestyle factors that can amplify your results even further. Because while this morning ritual is powerful on its own, combining it with other smart choices like staying hydrated throughout the day, incorporating gentle movement, and choosing nutrient-rich foods can create a truly transformative effect. So stick around, because we're just getting started. And remember, the most important step is always the next one. Now that you've got a good idea of what this morning drink is all about, and how it can gently support your body's natural ability to burn fat and reduce belly bloat, let's take a deeper look at why each ingredient plays such an important role. Because when you understand why something works, it becomes so much easier to stick with it. We already touched on lemon, apple cider vinegar, and cinnamon, but let's break them down one by one. Starting with lemon. It might seem simple, even old-fashioned, but there's a reason our grandmothers swore by lemon water in the morning. For starters, lemon is rich in vitamin C, essential nutrient that supports immunity, skin health, and yes, digestion. But more importantly for us, lemon juice helps stimulate the liver, which is responsible for processing fats and filtering out toxins. A sluggish liver can mean a slower metabolism. So giving it a little nudge first thing in the morning can help jumpstart your day. Then we have apple cider vinegar. I know it sounds like something from a home remedy book, not a modern-day health tip. But here's the truth. Apple cider vinegar has been studied for years, and the results are promising. One study, published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, found that acetic acid, which is found in apple cider vinegar, may help reduce belly fat accumulation. Another study showed that people who consumed apple cider vinegar with meals experienced greater feelings of fullness, meaning they ate less throughout the day. That's huge when it comes to weight management, especially as we age and our appetites and metabolism shift. And then there's cinnamon. This isn't just a cozy kitchen spice. It's actually packed with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties. Studies have shown that cinnamon can improve insulin sensitivity, which means your body is better able to regulate blood sugar levels. Stable blood sugar means fewer cravings, less energy crashes, and a reduced tendency to store fat, especially around the midsection. And for those of us over 60, maintaining healthy blood sugar levels becomes even more important. So, adding just a pinch of cinnamon to your morning drink gives you a gentle metabolic boost without any harsh side effects. Now, putting these three ingredients together creates what I like to call a metabolic team. Each one supports the others, working together to give your body the tools it needs to function more efficiently. Think of it like tuning up an engine. You're not forcing anything to happen. You're simply helping things run smoother. But I also want to address some of the questions I hear most often. Like, is this safe if I have high blood pressure or diabetes? Well, the good news is that this drink is made with all natural ingredients and is generally safe for most people, including seniors. In fact, many people with type 2 diabetes find that apple cider vinegar helps stabilize their blood sugar levels. However, if you're on medication for blood sugar or blood pressure, it's always a good idea to check with your doctor before making any changes to your routine. The same goes if you have digestive issues like GERD or ulcers. Vinegar can sometimes be irritating in those cases. But for the vast majority of us, this drink is a gentle, supportive addition to our daily habits. Another question I get is, can I add this to my coffee instead of drinking it separately? While I love the idea of combining healthy habits, I do recommend taking this drink on its own, first thing in the morning. The key is consuming it while your stomach is still empty. If you mix it into your coffee or tea, you may dilute its effects or interfere with absorption. Plus, starting your day with this ritual sets a positive tone. It's a moment just for you. A small act of self-care that can make a big difference over time. Now, let's talk about timing. Ideally, you'll drink this mixture as soon as you wake up. Before eating or drinking anything else, wait about 20 to 30 minutes before having breakfast. This gives your body time to absorb the nutrients and primes your digestive system for the meal ahead. Some people even notice that after doing this regularly, they feel less bloated and more energized throughout the day. I also want to mention hydration beyond the morning drink. Staying well hydrated is crucial at every stage of life, but especially as we age. Our sense of thirst diminishes over time, so it's easy to go hours without realizing we need water. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, constipation, and even confusion, none of which we want. So while this morning ritual is a great start, don't forget to sip water throughout the day too. Herbal teas, broths, and water-rich foods like cucumbers and oranges also count toward your hydration goals. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about movement. Because while this drink is powerful, it works best when paired with gentle physical activity. And I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights unless that's your thing. No, for most of us, it's about staying active in ways that feel good and sustainable. Even a short walk around the block each day can make a world of difference. Walking improves circulation, supports joint health, and boosts mood. And when combined with your morning drink, it becomes part of a holistic approach to wellness. Try going for a 15 to 20-minute stroll after breakfast. Not only will it help with digestion, but it will also give you a chance to enjoy the fresh air and clear your mind. If walking isn't comfortable for you, consider seated exercises or chair yoga. There are so many great online videos designed specifically for seniors that focus on flexibility, balance, and strength. Even 5 minutes a day can help keep your muscles engaged and your joints limber. And speaking of food, what you eat the rest of the day matters too. This drink is a great support tool, but it's not a magic bullet. Eating a balanced diet with plenty of vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats will amplify your results. Try incorporating more fiber-rich foods like leafy greens, berries, and legumes. These help keep digestion regular and prevent bloating. Also, watch out for processed foods and excess sugar. They can undo the good work your morning drink is trying to do. Let me share another quick story. My neighbor, Harold, started this routine a few months ago. He's 72 and used to struggle with both his weight and his energy levels. He wasn't doing anything extreme. He just added the morning drink and committed to a short walk every day. After 2 weeks, he told me he was sleeping better and felt less stiff in the mornings. By week 4, he'd lost 6 pounds and noticed his pants were fitting looser. And the best part? He didn't feel deprived or exhausted. He just felt better. That's what this is really about. Not drastic transformations overnight, but steady, meaningful progress. Small changes that add up over time. Because when you feel better physically, your confidence grows, your mood lifts, and you start showing up more fully in life. Now, let's talk about consistency. I know how easy it is to fall off track, especially when life gets busy or motivation dips. That's why I encourage you to make this part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth or taking your morning vitamins. Set a glass near your kettle or coffee maker as a visual reminder, or maybe set a daily alarm on your phone. Whatever works best for you, find a trigger that makes it easy to remember. Also, don't worry if you miss a day or two. Life happens. What matters is getting back on track the next morning. Progress is never a straight line, and setbacks are normal. The key is to stay kind to yourself and keep moving forward. And here's a pro tip. Try journaling for the 10 days. Just a quick note each evening about how you felt, whether you noticed any changes, and how your energy levels were. You might be surprised by what you discover. Sometimes the subtle shifts, like sleeping through the night or feeling less sluggish after lunch, are the ones that tell you the most about how your body is responding. So, now that we've covered the science behind the drink, addressed some common concerns, and talked about supporting habits like hydration, movement, and nutrition, where do we go from here? Well, next we'll dive into how to maintain this habit long-term and explore other lifestyle tweaks that can further enhance your results. We'll also talk about how mindset plays a big role in success and how celebrating small wins can keep you motivated even when progress feels slow. Because this isn't just about flattening your belly or burning fat, it's about building a healthier, happier version of yourself. One step at a time, one glass at a time, and one day at a time. So stay with me, we're making great progress, and there's even more to come. Now that you've been introduced to the morning drink, understand how each ingredient works together, and have some practical tips on making it a habit. Let's take this one step further. Because while starting something new is exciting, sticking with it, that's where real change happens. Let's talk about mindset. I know from experience that staying consistent with any new routine can be toughest, especially when we're older and life feels like it already has enough moving parts. You might wonder, is this really worth it? Or what if nothing changes after 10 days? And that's okay. Those thoughts are normal. But here's what I want you to remember. Health isn't built in a day. It's built in small choices, repeated over time. And every time you pour that glass in the morning and take a sip, you're choosing yourself. That alone is powerful. I love hearing from people who've tried this routine and told me how surprised they weren't just by how easy it was, but by how good they felt even before seeing any weight loss. One woman, Eleanor, shared that she had trouble getting through the day without feeling sluggish. After just a few mornings with the drink, she said her energy was more stable and she wasn't reaching for sugary snacks mid-morning anymore. Another person, Frank, noticed he wasn't as bloated by lunchtime. These aren't dramatic transformations, but they are meaningful ones, and that's the beauty of this approach. It doesn't demand perfection. It simply asks you to show up for yourself each morning in a way that feels doable. If you forget a day, no problem. If you travel and don't have access to lemon or cinnamon, skip it and start again when you get home. This isn't about being rigid, it's about building flexibility into your wellness journey so it becomes something you look forward to rather than dread. Another thing that helps with consistency: making it personal. Think about why you started this in the first place. Maybe it was wanting to feel lighter in your clothes, or having more energy to play with your grandchildren. Or maybe it was simply wanting to feel more in control of your health. Whatever your reason is, write it down. Keep it somewhere, visibly on your fridge, in your journal, or even as a note on your phone. Reconnecting with your why can be a quiet but powerful motivator on the days when you need a little extra push. Now, let's talk about what happens after the 10 days. Some of you may notice visible results: less bloating, a slightly flatter stomach, more energy. Others may not see the scale move much, but still feel better overall. Both outcomes are valid. What matters most is how your body responds and how you feel. Weight loss is only one part of the picture. Improved digestion, better sleep, and more mental clarity are all signs that your body is responding positively. If you find that this morning ritual supports your goals and makes you feel good, there's no reason to stop after 10 days. In fact, many people choose to make it a lifelong habit, just like brushing their teeth or taking a daily walk. It becomes part of their morning rhythm, a gentle way to begin the day with intention. But what if you want to go even further? Well, here's where we can start layering in other habits that work hand in hand with your morning drink to amplify your results. Let's start with mindful eating. As we age, our metabolism slows down, and our bodies become more sensitive to certain foods. That doesn't mean you have to give up everything you enjoy, but it does mean paying attention to how different foods make you feel. For example, processed foods high in sodium can cause bloating and water retention, which can make your belly appear larger. Sugary snacks can lead to energy crashes later in the day. On the flip side, whole foods rich in fiber, protein, and healthy fats help keep your digestion smooth and your energy steady. Try incorporating more vegetables into your meals, especially leafy greens like spinach and kale, which are rich in nutrients and support detoxification. Add a source of lean protein at each meal, whether it's eggs, fish, chicken, tofu, or legumes. And don't forget healthy fats like avocado, nuts, and olive oil. They actually help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins and keep you feeling full longer. Portion control also plays a role. As we get older, our appetites naturally decrease, and our bodies require fewer calories. Eating smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day can help prevent overeating and keep your metabolism active. And let's not overlook the importance of sleep. I know many of us struggle with restful sleep as we age, whether it's waking up too early, having trouble falling asleep, or dealing with restless nights. But quality sleep is essential for weight management and overall health. When we don't sleep well, our bodies produce more cortisol, the stress hormone, which can lead to increased belly fat. So, if possible, aim for 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep each night. Try winding down with a warm cup of herbal tea, reading a book, or doing some light stretching before bed. Stress management is another piece of the puzzle. Chronic stress affects everyone, but it can hit seniors, especially hard weather, due to physical discomfort, emotional changes, or life transitions. Managing stress doesn't mean eliminating it completely, that's impossible, but finding healthy ways to cope. Deep breathing exercises, meditation, gentle yoga, or even talking to a friend can make a big difference in how your body handles stress and, in turn, how it stores or burns fat. And finally, stay connected. Social interaction is often overlooked when it comes to health. But studies show that strong social ties can improve longevity, reduce stress, and even support weight management. Whether it's joining a walking group, volunteering, or simply chatting with neighbors, staying engaged with others gives your mind and body a boost. So now that we've covered the morning drink, supporting habits, mindset, nutrition, movement, sleep, and stress, you might be wondering, how do I put it all together without feeling overwhelmed? Here's my advice. Start small. Pick 1 or 2 areas to focus on at a time. Maybe it's just the morning drink for now. Once that feels natural, add in a short daily walk. Then slowly introduce healthier food swaps. The key is to build momentum without putting pressure on yourself to change everything at once. Remember, this isn't about achieving a perfect body or hitting an arbitrary number on the scale. It's about feeling good in your own skin, having energy to enjoy life, and giving your body the support it needs to thrive at any age. And if you ever feel discouraged, just think back to why you started. Every sip of that morning drink, every step you take, every healthy choice you make, it all adds up. And over time, those small choices create lasting change. So as we wrap up this part of the conversation, I want to leave you with this. You deserve to feel good. You've spent decades caring for others, working hard, raising families, building lives. Now, it's your time to invest in yourself, to reclaim your energy, your confidence, and your vitality. You don't have to accept fatigue, bloating, or unwanted weight gain as inevitable parts of aging. With simple, sustainable habits like this morning drink and a few lifestyle tweaks, you can feel lighter, stronger, and more energized than you have in years. If you found this helpful, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll never miss out on more tips and strategies designed specifically for seniors who want to live their best life no matter their age. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me how you're doing with your morning drink. Have you noticed any changes? Do you have any questions or favorite additions to the recipe? Share your story. I read every single comment and would be honored to hear from you. Here's to your health, your happiness, and your continued strength at every stage of life. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you've got this. Every day is a new opportunity to care for yourself in a way that brings joy, energy, and vitality. Stay well, and I'll see you in the next video.